Is it hard being an adult?
Yes.
Yes!
my spirit animal. Welcome back to Bookend Gaming.
Yeah.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Eric.
It's been a couple episodes since I said that because I think I called myself Dan last episode.
Yeah, and I called myself Travis.
Now it's just confusing because we already sound kind of alike.
Yeah, and people don't know us anyways, so...
Yeah, no, most people don't even know what we look like. That's okay. That's for the best, trust me.
Again, just listen, please! Shizune is the opposite of how I was. She has always wanted to draw people closer to her. That's the only reason Shizune was interested in me in the first place, I think. And I think I was determined to not let that happen, in a way. Misha casts her eyes downwards, understanding perfectly.
Oh my god, my boobs are huge!
Jesus Christ! I never realized how hard that can be. I mean, I can't even see my feet!
Have these always been here?
I feel like I'm going to return the favor, even if it takes twice as long. I already learned a second language just to get this far. No wonder everybody can tell who's sneaking up on them.
No wonder I'm a lesbian. I have to look at these all the time.
I'm a little turned on by myself now. That's totally how that works.
Yeah. You think gay dudes get turned on by their own boners?
Yeah, it wasn't as hard as I thought.
A little off track.
But it was definitely hard. Sometimes I felt like I was clawing my way up a mountain with how my hands hurt. And you did the same thing, and it was for the same reason, wasn't it? That's really amazing, which is why it makes me sad and a little angry. They would say a stupid thing like that. That's just what I believe, anyway. Her shoulders slump, and Misha almost slides to the floor, like she is drained of all energy.
She is made of liquid. She is the T-2000.
Yeah.
You're too dramatic, He-chan.
I'm out of mana. She says while looking away, turning her head almost as if she wants to look out at the school grounds, but not turning it enough to do so.
I'm not going to do like a hearty laugh when...
The saddest wah
yeah.
ever. The door behind us open. Wow. The door behind us opens. The sound only barely able to be heard over the ambient breeze. I've been looking everywhere for you two. Is this some secret meeting?
Well, not anymore.
She walks over to us, leaning against the fence next to Misha as if she needs to stop and catch her breath before pushing herself off it and continuing. I'm bored sitting in the student council room every day now without either of you ever coming by. Taking some time off is fine, but this is just too much.
Read the room. Read the roof.
And I find you two up here doing God knows what. Normally, Misha and I would be jokingly making excuses for ourselves at this point. Wow, have your boobs always been that big? This time, there's only silence.
There's always silence when you're talking to Shizune.
Yeah, that's true. Shizune, always expecting resistance, is thrown off balance by the lack of it. A few seconds pass in uneasy silence, and Shizune breaks with an ear-shattering snap of her fingers, smiling as if to say Eureka.
How loud
could it possibly be?
Right.
And is it like there's pulsating waves?
She's got the strongest knuckles ever. That's why Misha's in love with her.
Misha's hair blows in the breeze of her snap.
All the trees, like, everything, like, breaks the sound barrier.
Let's go do something together. Like what? Anything. We should go to the student council room first, and then figure it out from there. That seems like a trick to get us to do work instead.
Shut up.
That's not what I had planned at all. Very funny. Misha laughs, managing to let out a restrained wahaha. That Shizune can't see it makes me feel better. It means that it was only for her benefit.
Wasn't only for her benefit. I mean, it could have just been for your benefit, though.
Right. I was thinking that you both actually could help me with something. What else is there? We can't go out to eat. We already ordered in yesterday, and you cannot eat 2 days in a row, goddammit. And that was already breaking policy. 3 days in a row would be unforgivable. I'd probably have to kill myself.
But that was ordering in, Shi-chan. Going out to eat is different.
Ooh, a loophole. Yeah, totally different. You're both kidding yourselves. Before I can reply, Shizune grabs my hand, limiting my ability to do so. My options cut down so drastically, I have no choice but to settle for making a face at her instead. She makes one back before extending her hand to Misha as well.
I like where this is going.
When Misha is reluctant to take it, I walk forward as far as holding on to Shizune at the same time will allow me, and take her hand myself.
Ha ha ha. Gross boys.
She only has a second to smile before Shizune starts pulling us impatiently towards the door, binding us together like a human chain. Although it's dangerous, I always have to take a second to look at the CG.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Lily's been following you this whole time. Oh, God.
Standing back there. I love Shizune too. That was me in the
Misha
CG.
looks cute as hell.
Really weird.
She looks smaller than she should.
Who? This
Misha.
girl in the background?
No, Misha. Yeah.
Yeah, she looks a little different too.
She's adorable.
Yeah. Although it's dangerous, none of us seem to think of letting go any step of the way through the school, out of the doors and across the grounds. This feels familiar, as if we walked like this before, the three of us hand in hand. Of course, the mood was a lot happier then.
Everyone's well, there's God, I forgot his name. There's Hisao, the player king of
Yeah. No. He doesn't even have the swag vest on.
Duh.
I can see the lingering sadness on their faces, and it makes me wonder if anything has really changed. I think a lot has changed.
Yeah.
If this is all just a distraction or not, but I think it's just me slipping back into being cynical because of the moment. It's a start. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think it's very different. I think if you do that enough, people are going to be like, well, he's dating both of them, isn't he?
Right?
What in the...
Act 4.
To my other self. Is that like a little Shizune?
You got Shizune pregnant.
Oh, shit. Well, that is very, very possible. Only a day later, the weekend has already arrived. I drop a heavy stack of books on the librarian's desk, not meaning to slam them, but they weigh so much that it happens anyway. Yuuko bolts out of her chair with enough force to dislodge her glasses. She barely holds on to them. She just rockets through the ceiling.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, I'm here to return all the books that I was supposed to.
That's great, but I wish you had brought them back sooner. I already bought replacements.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a problem if the library had more copies of everything, but it doesn't. And they act like that's my fault.
They? The Librarians Guild.
The people in the walls.
Yeah.
Other students, they can be pretty pushy.
Sorry, it kind of slipped my mind. It's been a pretty rough couple of days. Does it look like I give a shit?
Yeah. Oh, I suppose you don't want to talk about it? Oh, God, don't come on to me, too.
Yeah. She's just like, I hope you don't want to talk about it. Just give me the books. Yuuko meekly turns to the task of logging all the books I've brought back as returned, treating them with extreme care and precision, like she's a bomb disposal technician rather than a librarian. Over the past couple of days, I've been thinking about something Misha said. Of course, I thought about everything she said, but one thing in particular keeps coming back.
Parfaits aren't Sundays. Sundays.
We're sitting on the menus. She talked about how she didn't want to miss people or think about being apart from them anymore. When I recalled those words, they stopped me cold like a sharp slap across the cheek. In just a few months, we'll be graduating. Misha and Shizune were nearly inseparable, but after graduation, they might never see each other again. I wonder if that thought is what started all of this. If Misha were to try and talk to Shizune about it, Shizune likely wouldn't think about it at all. It would sadden her, and for that reason, she would try and toss it away. For someone like Shizune, who is so quick to suppress her worries, it would be easy. Misha turned out to be more sensitive than she seemed. It would have crushed her, even more so, because Shizune's reaction could come off as pretty cold. Pretty cold. I don't know if that's how Shizune handled it, but it seems likely. And I can understand why she would act that way.
Jesus Christ. What if you had done that voice from the beginning and had to do that the entire playthrough?
I probably would have switched it by
Yeah, I was
now.
going to
Screw
say,
that.
that'd get old pretty quickly.
I can also understand why Misha would be troubled by the thought of drifting away from someone who is such an important part of her. I'd never thought about graduation until that moment. Then I began to think things like, has it really been less than 1 year? I started thinking of everyone I've met, not only Shizune and Misha, but everyone else. They were fond thoughts. Then I thought of losing them. Suddenly I could understand Misha's anxiety.
Just standing there, like, staring blankly, drooling all over yourself.
Yeah, going through like 5 million emotions.
Yeah.
It could be nice to talk to someone about it. Oh, look, someone! Actually, I kind of want to.
Nah, never mind. Bye. With whom?
I can sense an obvious tinge of apprehension in her voice. With you. Over
God. Really? Are you sure? Why me? Because we don't have Misha here to save us in this playthrough.
Yeah, right? Because you're an adult.
That's it? That's...
I'm only like 3 years older than you.
Yeah.
Wincing, she fidgets a little in her seat, trying to get comfortable in a pretty uncomfortable-looking way. I guess this means she's okay with it. Is it hard being an adult?
Yes.
Yes!
my spirit animal. I don't think I'm that old, though. It's surprising that students now, like Shizune and you, wear stuff like perfumes or cologne. I never did. I still don't use them. Is that what that smell is?
Yeah.
By the way...
It's not the dusty old books. It's Yuuko's armpit.
Yeah. By the way, you're not wearing your grape cologne today.
Oh. Yeah, wasn't working out for me. I bought that in like kindergarten. It's last week in high school.
Oh, that's good. I thought the same thing. Sorry.
Yuuko looks genuinely sorry, and I feel a pang of guilt. I smile despite myself. A tiny lie like that can come back to bite me in the butt.
Not the gigantic ones, though.
That's what I was going to say. Not the one you're keeping from your girlfriend, though.
Right.
For Misha, trying to conceal how she felt in order to put on a happy face for Shizune for so long must have been crushing. Someone I know brought up that we're going to be graduating. And I realized that I'd never thought about it before. I feel stupid that I could go so long and never think about these things. I thought I was in heaven and I was here forever.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of great people. I've never thought about what it's going to be like to graduate and maybe never see them again.
There's still ways you could keep in touch. MySpace.
Yeah.
That'll be around forever.
I mean, I got a Friendster account right now. You can add me.
Yeah. Put me in your top 5, please.
Yeah, I guess. I hated that.
Everybody hated that.
And I also hated it because, like, there was a top 8, and, like, everyone was mad about it because they wanted more than 8. So they
Yeah.
added that thing where you could make it more. I lessened mine to 4 because I didn't have
I think
friends.
I eventually turned mine off. Or I changed it all to, like, bands and shit, just so people would stop being like,
Yeah.
why am I third?
Right.
It's like, fuck
ugh.
off.
I changed it to 4. 'cause
Now
I didn't
Fallout Boy is third, motherfucker.
Didn't even have that many friends.
Are you crying?
Yeah. And one of them was who found it? Tom
Oh, the one that everybody had, yeah.
Riddle.
Yeah, yes.
I guess. I feel childish. I know everyone is going through the same thing. Probably. I bet you hear this kind of problem a lot.
Never thought we'd talk about MySpace on this channel.
Ugh.
No, I haven't been working here that long. I worried about the same thing when I graduated from high school. I didn't go to school here, though. I also miss my friends, and I wish I had kept in touch with them better. I should have tried harder. Is it just me? I always thought she was a student.
Right.
Like, I didn't realize she was, like, an adult. I always picture her as, like, just a senior.
A student
that's helping
runs
out.
the library.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she left you in charge.
Right.
So, yeah. Well, that's why I was like, an adult. Like, how much older than you is she?
Yeah,
2, 3 years?
Yeah, but even that, I didn't think she was, like, out of school.
Yuuko isn't really helping me feel better, and she clams up quickly when she sees it on my face. And MySpace. I don't want to look back and have those same regrets. I got a virus from my Napster account. I need to talk about that next.
Maybe I got it from Newgrounds.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's still around.
I wonder if Shizune even thinks about that kind of stuff, because she goes on sometimes about how she didn't want to live with any regrets.
Wow, that sounds impossible to me.
I nod, only halfway wanting to agree.
Even so, I think that it's kind of admirable too. Kind of brave, don't you think so?
Brave is a new way to put it. Yuuko shakes her head insistently. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, it's true though, and also kind of intimidating.
Geez, you shouldn't be intimidated by high schoolers.
I'll try.
They beat me up all the time.
Yeah. You seen high schoolers these days? They're fucking huge.
She turns away to start folding a sticky note over and over. Pretty idle behavior for a university student. But more importantly, I wonder if I said the wrong thing to her. Oh, that's right. She's only at max 4 years older than you.
Right. But it just, I don't know, for some reason I always just pictured her as, like, yeah, she's staff, but I was just like, she's got anxiety. She's one of the students.
Yeah. Being around Shizune for so long, I can't stop reading as much as I can into every moment of silence.
You? No way.
If Yuuko were the type of person who didn't get intimidated by high schoolers, it probably wouldn't be so easy to talk to her. It's all too easy to want to shed some negative quality of yours. When I think of everyone I know, it's those qualities that I like the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was weird.
Yeah, why are we talking to Yuuko?
I don't know. Did we learn something there?
Not really.
I feel like we had a moment and I kind of missed it. Not a moment, but I mean like
a realization.
A realization.
Yeah, an epiphany.
But okay.
Not really. I mean, it's you're freaking out because you're like, oh shit, we're graduating soon. I haven't thought about it at all.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's scary, but I mean, whatever.
High schoolers scare me.
Yeah.
Return your books, please.
Yeah. Get out. Who cares?
Right.
All right. Well,
that was fun.
We're in the final act now. We're in the Endgame now.
Yeah.
This episode's brought to you by Avengers Endgame. No, it's not.
She does snap pretty loud.
Oh, God.